This is
Brighton's Finest.
bringing the artists closer to you.
Juice.
First of all, congratulations on the album. I've been listening to it all week. It's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's sort of probably, I mean, you have been sort of one of the most sort of, been very well hyped and everyone's very excited and behind the band, it would seem. I mean, I sort of first picked up you from an article in The Guardian, I think, way back.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just seemed I couldn't not see you everywhere. I mean, you've got...
That's good, that's what we like.
You've got Mac DeMarco repping your T-shirts and all that.
We kind of forced that T-shirt on him, but yeah, that's what we like to tell people.
How did you force it on him?
Well, you know, the official story is that he's a huge fan, but the unofficial story is that Iris, our drummer, met him at one of his after parties in London, and they sort of were talking for a while, and then she kind of went out, because you know his address was public, that thing where he like released his address. And when she was in New York, her and her friend went and basically just forced it on him and took a picture. But yeah.
Oh, it's works very well in favour, hasn't it?
It did. Worked in our favour, so yeah.
So sort of going back to the beginning, sort of try and put a little bit of the album in context. You guys all sort of formed in school during your A-levels, didn't you?
But yeah, that's right, yeah.
So did you think, and it was just the two of you at the beginning, if I'm correct?
Yeah, that's right. Good knowledge. Yeah, no, it's just me and the drummer Iris at first, and then yeah, like when we were 16, we had sort of like different formations, like different versions of Go Ray since we were like 14. But then when we were 16, we just sort of asked Sophie to join us as bassists, and then it all sort of clicked.
I had a bit of a dig on your social media and that kind of thing. There's a few old SoundCloud things that I can't actually get access to. What did the sort of old Girl Ray sound like back then as opposed to what it is now?
It was sort of like incredibly, I guess what you'd call lo-fi, but totally not our intention at all. The only like recording device we had was like Iris's dad's old Mac, and we just get up GarageBand, and none of us really knew how to do it, so we just obviously just press record and like use the computer speakers, and I mean it sounded like technically really awful, but it was really sweet actually how it, listening back, you know, because we just didn't really know what you did. Like somebody had told me that like Bowie triple tracked his vocals, and I was like, okay, well I guess we should do that as well then, but obviously it was technically so rubbish. But I mean they're quite charming. It's just sort of like, yeah, just very lo-fi is I guess how you describe it, but not intentionally at all. Yeah. But in fact, those recordings that are like now private to make sure that nobody sees them are now, they're going out on like a bonus disc for Rough Trade, I think now, because we're album of the month for Rough Trade, and they needed like a bonus CD from us, and we just sent them all those old demos, so it should be quite cute.
So they're just the completely sort of raw demos of back then. You've not sort of re-recorded them or anything?
No, we literally just sent them as they were, and like those were the demos that we sent out to like every promoter in London, like begging for them to put us on, you know. So we're super fond of those demos really, because they did us well, but also, you know, they are just so sweet and kind of charming, and they're sort of just so pure. There's nothing going, you know, nothing much going on there, but they're cute.
Brighton's Finest.
This is Juice.
I mean, looking at sort of a bit deeper into the album, you've spoken a lot about how your lyrics are very sort of honest and they're sort of taken from real situations. Do you ever get a bit worried about sort of being a bit too truthful? Like, are you worried about someone maybe hearing something and sort of being able to work out what's about them and that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is like, with this album, obviously it's our first album, and, you know, just a couple of years ago we were recording those shitty, you know, MacBook demos, so the majority of these songs on this album were written like completely just for myself and just to make myself feel a bit better, maybe. Just because that's kind of, you know, again, total cliche, but it's just sort of how, if I'm sad, it just makes me happier to write a song about it, maybe.
Does it feel like sort of getting something sort of almost off your chest and that kind of thing, sort of purging those sort of bad thoughts or feelings or whatever?
You kind of have to assess, like, hold on, what's actually going on once you express that in a song.
So you've been to Brighton a few times. You've played like venues at the Green Door. I think you did the Great Escape last year, didn't you?
Yeah, we did this year, actually. We did the Horn, and then we've done Concord 2 a couple of times.
You were supporting Telemann at Concord too.
And Whitney, just the other month.
I was just going to bring up to that, because you've done some brilliant support slots. I mean, you've done Telemann, you've done Maylard Jones for a London date,
Yeah.
and all that. And it's all these sort of brilliantly established people. Was there anything you sort of learned from touring with all these guys? Any sort of advice given? Anything you learned from watching them play? That kind of thing.
We've supported some of our absolute favourite bands. The only thing I've really taken away is like seeing such incredible performers. They're just so confident. It just gets the audience going, and like I think that's the most important thing, because when we were just starting gigging, like we were all so, what's the word, unconfident, not confident, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quite sheepish, and like I think that really, like, the audience could probably feel that a bit. So now we're kind of a bit more like rock and roll, and we just that has definitely been because we've seen acts like Maylard Jones, for example, and it's just such like an energetic, powerful performance. And every time you see a great live show, I just get totally inspired. But yeah, I mean, in terms of advice or something, like the only thing I can remember is like Josiah from Whitney was like he bought us like a round of shots or something, and he just said, "Oh, like this big band did this for us when we were really small, and so I'm going to do it for you now. And maybe when you're when you're big, you can buy drinks for small bands." And I thought that was quite sweet. I was like, I hope I do one day like have enough money to be able to buy a round for a small band.
I'm sure in not a long time you'll be buying everyone around.
Well, thank you. I hope so. Not really advice, but I remember that.
You're playing here at the Green Door store on the 8th, I think, of
I
November.
believe so, yeah.
And you're kicking off the tour in October. Is there anywhere sort of you're looking forward to playing in particular? Any venues you visited before and that kind of thing?
I really miss Glasgow, so I'm looking forward to going back and playing there. And I think we're playing Mono, which is a venue owned by the guys from the Pastels. I've heard it's a really groovy venue. But I mean, otherwise, I've got to say, like, the one that I'm like looking forward to / most scared of is Scala in London. Is insane.
This is
Juice.
Brighton's finest.
Bringing the artists closer to you.